Let's dive into the sustainable world of bamboo. We are covering our greenhouse with bamboo fencing. Now this bamboo fencing is slatted and we have a little bit more to do, but we're going to go step by step on why use bamboo instead of plastic, the ecological value of it, and how well it works, how sustainable it is, how it will last for years and years, how durable it is through snowstorms, hailstorms, how it will let light and rain in, dissipate the heat through the slats when it's really warm in the summertime, and just how it works. I'm going to show you one of our other greenhouses that has bamboo fencing on it. In that one, we use the actual bamboo fencing that's just the skinny bamboo, where this is much more structurally sound. It's much thicker. It'll last for a lot longer. Let's dive into it. So this is the original greenhouse. 5 years ago we made this. It wasn't long before we had to put a fan system in and a screen layer on the top because of the heat. Now after 4 years, the plastic has degraded so much that we were cutting it off and we just left the screen on there. So I'm going to untie that screen and just come and pull it off, and then you can see the framework. It is a metal frame on the greenhouse. It's 8 feet by about 16 feet. And we're going to use this slatted bamboo. It's renewable, it's long lasting, it's great for the environment. And so it comes, this is 6 feet high and 16 feet long. And it folds onto itself, so we could just put it on top and let both sides go down, and Joe is securing it on the sides with some little slats of wood so that it will stay. Now we stood it upright when we went around the door, except for right above the door I went sideways just because I thought it was appealing. And Joe is just putting pieces of wood on front just to make it stay very well. And it really gives it a great look. I think I'm going to put a sign right there when you come into the greenhouse. And Joe was just such a great help. So here it is on the north side. We have it so that you can, with the slats, you can look right through it. We have about 4 feet of insulation and plastic that we left, and that was because we wanted to continue to really block those north winds that we have in Wyoming. And we have straps that go across the top, and we're going to go inside and I'll show you how I hook that bamboo onto the metal framing also. But once we get in here, you can see how the sunlight filters down through the slats of the bamboo, which it's literally probably 15 degrees cooler in here than it was outside. That's the north side where you can see that insulation and the metal frame. So what I did is on the metal frame, about every 1.5 feet, I put a zip tie, which is black and it's UV protected. So that should last a long time. I can easily replace those when I need to. And it was our choice to leave that side with the insulation. So this is what it looks like in front. So if we do a comparison of before and after, you can just see how beautiful the bamboo is. I am going to put some other bamboo in front of the insulation and plastic on the north side, just so it's a little more aesthetically beautiful. Now, the next thing I'm going to show you is our other greenhouse. Now, this was bamboo fencing also, but just the skinny ones. It's not quite as big of greenhouse, but the plants loved it. I hooked strings onto the PVC because that's what it was instead of a metal frame, and the squashes just continued to grow up. But you can see how the light filters in there, and the plants just grew and grew and grew, and to the point that I wasn't even sure where I was going to put all those squashes, because the rain filters through, the sunlight filters through, the squashes decided to go on top. It was still structurally sound. It did not bend the bamboo or the PVC pipe. And even when we had an early snowstorm in the fall, it was perfectly fine. Now, I have used bamboo many times in my gardens. And one of the things, when we have an extremely hot summer, I'll put PVC pipe, cover Oh, this is tomatoes that I'm covering. It just gives them the filtered sunlight and they're not so stressed in the heat of 100 degrees. I've also used it in starting the gardens over at the community garden so that I can block the wind so those peppers and small plants have a better start. When you have to cover your hoop house or your greenhouse again, consider using bamboo instead. Do we need any more plastic in this world? I don't really think so. Plus, it's just so fabulous. Now, you may be saying, I want to extend my season even farther. There's nothing stopping you from covering the plants that are in here at night with row covers, adding lights, like the other greenhouse had lights to just help a little bit more ambience heat in there. This is Sandi at Suburban Homesteader, Wyoming, Arizona. Go green. Use bamboo on your hoop house and greenhouse, and you will be amazed at the difference. See you next time.